Stratford University, changing lives one student at a time. With service comes sacrifice. With sacrifice, separation. And on the home front, longing for loved ones in harm's way. Anticipation for the day they come home. This is that day. This is homecoming.
We are recognizing Military Citizens of the Year who are all service members of all branches and at the same time have done great community work. 50%, I would say, of our entire region is military, and to recognize the good work that they do is important.
We ask so much of our military men and women, and they continue to give so much without complaint. Because you have men and women across the Army, Air Force, Coast Guard, and the Navy, who have given so much in their military careers, but still have found time within their communities to volunteer as well. If there's one thing, working with the military, they don't go out and seek praise or recognition. And so when those of us who are in positions to give them that recognition, we should take advantage of that and make sure these folks are recognized for the great work they do for all of us.
I joined the service. Air Force was actually originally in my family. My father and my grandfather were both in the Air Force. Grandfather's Army Air Corps. He was a B-19 crew member. My father was an airframe mechanic in the Air Force, and aviation's just kind of been in my blood. A lot of us put a lot of our time, we sacrifice a lot of time to give back to the community, give back to the younger generation. It's something that's, at that time, they're giving back to us. None of us are in it for the gifts, none of us are in it for the awards. We truly love what we're doing, and like myself, I love giving back to the community. I like teaching younger kids, something I'm very passionate about.
I wanted to join to just start something new, get away from home, and an opportunity to go to college as we couldn't afford it growing up, so I needed a means to pay for it. I volunteer at shelters, feeding the homeless, I pick up trash, I go to the schools, elementary schools, and mentor elementary school students, a role model to them not even knowing, just a presence there is a good thing for them. What makes me want to give back is just seeing the smiles on everybody's face or someone's face when you do something good for them. It just warms my heart whenever you see somebody else happy, and making other people happy makes me happy. So I'll always be happy.
I do a lot in the community. I like partaking in the community. Virginia area, Hampton and Lone is a great community, and I love serving it. I've done USO, we've done help build a single mother's home because her home was in disrepair. We've done paintings of homes, maintenance of different homes. We've done 5Ks, runs, things of that nature. So we've done literally almost everything you can think of in the Hampton area. I think this kind of events are important to, to show light on the service members, to see that, hey, not only do we serve abroad, but we also serve in the local communities, and that we're taking care of our people here at home.
I like to volunteer here in the community in Hampton Roads. I feel like I'm in a position that I have the time to do it, so I like to give back to the community by volunteering in different capacities. It is important to give back to the community because we as military service members, we come and go, and to show appreciation to the community accepting us and having us on the town, it's very important.
Between coaching wrestling teams, working at food banks, conducting mountain biking classes, all of the great things that they're doing within their communities, and still maintaining an active duty career. It's incredibly impressive.
They serve our community and they serve our country both. And we have service members that have families that are here when they go overseas. And it takes a toll on those service members. And so I think these events recognize and give us some remembrance that we're called together as a community to serve one another as well.
Coming from the military, our speed's a different speed. One of the first things you have to learn is you're slow as everybody else is fast.
More Homecoming after the break.
Cyber attacks are occurring everywhere. Silent and undetected, malicious code and bad actors invade systems and expose information and assets within. That's why Stratford University is building the next generation of cyber warriors. Security, technology, defensive and offensive cyber education. Powered by Stratford University.
Stratford University, changing lives one student at a time.
This program is a phenomenal program that's well suited for people transitioning from the military back out into the world, trying to find that job that's the right fit.
I thought I would never find an organization or a place where I would have as much purpose in what I did. I felt as though at one point what I was doing was supporting national security and national objectives, and next thing I was going to be working for a paycheck. And working through some of the practices and some of the dialogues we've had here, I realized that the purpose that I have in this world really is what's more important, and who I do it for is just a medium for how I do it.
The initial thing you're trying to figure out is, how does my skill set that I've learned and spent all these years honing in the military, how do I compare that to what's going on out here in the world? How do I find that job that matches my skills?
Just recently left a one-year mobilization at Dam Neck and was blessed with the opportunity to take part in the Honor Foundation. Really looking forward to applying what I've learned these past 3 months.
I think what makes the Honor Foundation unique is right up front they start with recognizing that shortcoming that most service members or that need that most service members have to identify that mission and purpose in their future careers.
Coming from the military, our speed's a different speed. One of the first things you have to learn is you're slow as everybody else is fast. And that comes across as being overbearing. It comes across as being pushy. So the first thing I always tell everybody when you first come in, think about you operating at a slow pace and never leave that pace, and you'll be faster than everybody else. And never leave that pace. And that's not just the way you operate, it's the way you communicate. Because you're used to firing off directions, firing off orders. You don't fire off anything when you make the transition. Now you're enrolling, you're engaging. When you get dressed in the morning when you're in the military and you put on your uniform, and whether your rank is on your arm or on your collar or on your sleeve, when you walk into a room, everybody knows who's in charge, period. The respect that you have immediately takes place based on what is shown. When you come out of the military, you walk into a room, that respect is not earned until the first word comes out of your mouth. And there's a lot of ways to do that, to command that, but your words and your nonverbals will dictate your position. Spend some time understanding why and what you want to do. Once you identify what you want to do, you know it's the old saying, what you want to do when you grow up. When you identify that, then find a job that matches that so that you can find something and start your next career. The worst thing you can do is just step out there and go, you know what? I'm a vet, I'll get a job, they'll hire me, and then you end up going again looking for the next job because you're not getting fulfilled. Find that job that fulfills your needs so that you're not going to work every day, you're having another career.
I had some ideas about some of the skills I was bringing to the table and how they could potentially transition, but the Honor Foundation really helped me refine what they were and exactly how they fit in to the business sector. They did that through both their training in class and then also through the networking, where I was able to connect with local business leaders and discuss in one-on-one conversations my past and what I'd done in the military and how that could be a value add to their business.
I've been here a year and a half, and in order for this program to succeed to the levels we want it to succeed, it requires the business community and the local community to get involved. Most of the folks that I talk to want to keep these veterans in the area working for local businesses. But in order to make that happen, we need the business leaders and the community leaders to donate their time, talent, or treasure to the organization. Time, get in the classroom, be a mentor, be a coach, possibly teach. Get to meet and know these guys and see what they have to offer. Your talent in our classroom, discussing the types of things that your company has to offer. Your treasure, if you want to, you can donate either as simply as donating a meal for the evening classes or making a donation to the larger program to help us continue to do what we need to do.
Your career is a journey, not a destination. Those transitions are going to take place over and over again. Every time you get a new leader, and a new leader looks through his lens or her lens at you, there's new expectations, there's another transition. Whether you're working for this person or this person, the way you look at leadership and what success looks like for you is different from what success looks like for you. So every time you get a new leader, that transition begins again. This is going to be a new you that's a journey and not a destination, so you're going to have to make behavior modifications. The organization is not going to modify for you. Find your why. Find why you want to do what you want to do and how you want to do it. And once you identify that, then find a company that's aligned with that and then go after it with a passion. Take the passion you had in your entire career and continue to take it into the next second stage of your career.
Stay tuned for more Homecoming after these messages.
Cyber attacks are occurring everywhere. Silent and undetected, malicious code and bad actors invade systems and expose information and assets within. That's why Stratford University is building the next generation of cyber warriors. Security, technology, defensive and offensive cyber education. Powered by Stratford University.
Stratford University, changing lives one student at a time.
All the VIPs in front of the ECP, we're gonna get ready to start seeing the ship.
First deployment being a dad, so it's a little hard. Grandma and Grandpa are happy to get all of us for
Coming to welcome home my stepdaughter from on the Oscar Austin. Been deployed for about 8 months. I'm more happier now than I did when I sent her out. I'm very proud of her though, very proud of her. So I have her 2-year-old daughter here that's been up at home in Chicago with us for the duration while she was gone. So we bring her and the rest of the family with her mom to welcome her back home.
Excited to be here. It's a really awesome day. I'm meeting the CO. She's my wife, Samantha Dutilli. It's surreal. Words don't have enough meaning to fully describe how I feel. It's a lot of pride. A lot has gone by. Our anniversary happened in August. Just, the 4th of July holidays, her birthday, she was out to sea for her birthday. So it's nice to have her home for the holidays.
We are very excited. Perfect time to be home, being welcomed by the Hampton Roads community and all our families and friends. They've been supportive all of deployment, and we couldn't have done it without our families. I was on board as the XO for more than half of the deployment. I came back for some training, and then I went back on board and took command on October 11th. We did our normal 7-month deployment. It was a scheduled deployment out to Europe and to the Middle East in support of theater security cooperation and maritime security. We made several stops in Spain, in Norway, in Scotland, in Israel, in Bulgaria, and also Romania. That's the best part of my job, is when I get to go ashore and visit different people in different countries and help out and show them that the United States is here to support them.
I couldn't believe when you pointed down. I'm like, who's that? I'm like, I know her. She looks like me.
Hasn't sunk in yet, but I'm really glad to be back. Seeing my family, my mom, my sister, so it's a lot of stuff to be grateful for right now.
Not having him there, my kids are basically growing up without their dad right now. I have a 14-year-old son and a 13-year-old daughter, and they really, really miss him, and I wish I could have brought them with me. Quite frankly, I just didn't have the money for all of us to fly out here.
This is the first time you're seeing your
Yes,
baby?
this is the first time meeting him.
My husband is coming home. I'm just excited to be a family. It's been so hard doing it by myself. I don't have family around here. They're all down in Florida, so I'm excited to have our little family together and see him be a dad. We were high school sweethearts, and we were that couple who was together every single day, every single night. So this is the longest we've ever been apart, and it was pretty difficult.
Joseph is third generation. His father was a Navy commander, and his grandfather was an Army corporal. I can't wait to see him. It's really emotional. It's been difficult because of the tensions around the world, and not knowing every day about him, where he is, where he's at, where things could happen. That has been very difficult.
I don't think words can put quite into a justification as to how upset it. Weeks go on, you just start to remember, start to wonder when was the last time you talked to your family, and it's important to always maintain that contact. So that's probably what I miss the most.
More homecoming after the break.
Cyber attacks are occurring everywhere. Silent and undetected, malicious code and bad actors invade systems and expose information and assets within. That's why Stratford University is building the next generation of cyber warriors. Security, technology, defensive and offensive cyber education. Powered by Stratford University.
On October 11, 1971, the Marine Corps lost a legend. Lieutenant General Lewis B. Puller, more famously known as Chesty Puller, was the most decorated Marine in Marine Corps history, including 5 Navy Crosses, 2 Legions of Merit, a Silver Star, and a Distinguished Service Cross. Chesty Puller enlisted in 1918, after attending Virginia Military Institute for a year, hoping to fight in the First World War, but was assigned to train recruits in South Carolina instead, so he didn't get his chance. In 1919, he graduated from officer training school as a second lieutenant, but was immediately put on the inactive list because of troop reductions after the war. Chester re-enlisted as a corporal and deployed to Haiti for 5 years until he received his commission again in 1924. Chesty Puller led Marines during some of the Corps' biggest moments in history, such as the Guadalcanal Campaign, the Battle of Peleliu, and the Chosin Reservoir, to name a few. Chesty Puller was forced to retire as Lieutenant General on November 1st, 1955, after 37 years of service due to health concerns. He did, however, later request to return to service for Vietnam, but sadly was denied. The Corps may have lost a legend on October 11, 1971, but his legacy and motivation for the Corps will never be forgotten.
Stratford University, changing lives one student at a time.
Hi, I'm Melinda, here to thank Stratford University for my $5,000 Golden Opportunity Grant.
Well, my name is Albert Lambright, and we are here to celebrate the fact that my beautiful lady is about to get a check to improve her education.
Yes, I came in one day and I spoke to George, and he went over all the opportunities that they had to offer. He walked me around the school and showed me around and showed me where I would be. And then we came back downstairs and we talked more about the classes, and he was very helpful not to start me where I would be too overwhelmed so I wouldn't be nervous and run away.
You know, it was such a hard effort trying to get her to go, but once when she seen me walk, she was so happy, and that just made me happier.
Yeah, him walking made me want to go and pursue my career.
Well, it's been something I've been aspiring to do for a long time. I was in college when I was in the Navy, and it was harder, and once when I came out, the benefits of education is you have to have it to get far, even if you do have military experience. And Stratford just gave me the opportunity to get to where I needed to be. 2 years with Stratford was definitely worth my while. I just got my degree in business administration, and I'm staying in for my MBA. I graduate in June of next year. Well, basically, the one thing that I have sold her on, which I'm so glad, that's what makes me proud, is the fact that one day we don't want to work. And through this education, this will get her financially stable to the point where she won't have to work again. It's going to be a hard road, but I'm going to support her each way through. Well, you know what? One thing the Navy taught me how to do, how to take care of family. And being that I don't have to deploy, I'm all right. I can do that for the family while she does her homework.
My kids thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
They saw me as, you know, just trying to take care of them and didn't think I was going to do anything else. But when I told them that I was going to go back to school, they were very proud. I've always told them to be better than I am. My thought process was to just raise them and get them to where they need to be, and then I can focus on myself. So that's what I did. They graduated from high school, now they're in college, doing their thing, learning, so it's my turn.
What would you tell somebody that's on the verge of furthering their education but isn't sure yet?
I would say take a leap of faith and just do it. Further your career. It's a great opportunity, and it's all about you.
There's always an excuse not to do something, but to better yourself, there's nothing better than walking, graduating, and opening the doors of opportunity. So I would say get up and just go do it. Don't make any excuses, just do it. You know, funny enough, after I graduated, that was the one thing that I ran out the building saying, they can never take this from me. This one's mine. So, yeah.
You're gonna get there too.
Yes, I am. One day at a time, but I'm gonna get there.
I'm gonna make sure of it.
Cyber attacks are occurring everywhere. Silent and undetected, malicious code and bad actors invade systems and expose information and assets within. That's why Stratford University is building the next generation of cyber warriors. Security, technology, defensive and offensive cyber education. Powered by Stratford University.